We wanted to resort to something that makes sense to our people, something that they can see. In Nigeria, they call it IMAC. They want to see, because what happened during the Second Republic, where through secret ballot, somebody who lost was declared winner, and people took to street violence and chaos, and that led to the failure of Second Republic. So NEC, being Nigerian, I'm a political scientist, I know it is ideal to resort to secret ballot and secret ballot, ballot and box. But as at now, and given our peculiar political history, we wanted to restore confidence in the selection process as a means of change of leadership.
The experiment seemed to work. In December 1990, millions of Nigerians lined up to support both parties nationwide. The transition program had passed its first test. But will the new breed politicians simply reproduce old-style errors? The government hoped not, and set up the Center for Democratic Studies. The idea was to tell politicians about the rights and duties of democracy, just as MAMSA had been educating electors. But skeptics doubted whether the government could do away with corruption by making politicians go on seminars. Later events were to support these doubts. As the transition gained momentum, the question will move to the heart of national debate. Could Babangida's government change the business of politics in just a few years? Despite the ban on old-breed politicians, they were now operating behind the scenes of everyday life. They were finding sympathizers to represent their interests and paying to secure policies they liked. In December 1991, on the eve of the state elections, Babangida moved against them. The government detained 13 so-called kingmakers for breaking the ban on political activity. They were held till after the elections. The polls themselves again went smoothly. Again, traditional divisions were crossed. The SDP won state assemblies even in the far north, and the NRC even in the far south of the nation, including Lagos State. The total picture showed support for both parties spread throughout the country. With the new governors in office and the transition taking shape, Babangida now felt it was safe to unban politicians like Alhaji Abari. As time passed, this move will cause controversy, though critics had the benefit of hindsight.
The new breed were doing well. Agreed, they were amateurs, they were making mistakes, but at least it was not, the atmosphere was by far better off until the old breed came in. And when the old breed came in, problem started. What was thought to be the problem at that time was that some of the old breeds were financing the new breeds. We didn't want them to come in. But now, okay, maybe a lot of school of thought say, okay, why do you want them to operate from the background? Why don't you let them come up? So, okay, they came in. And they came in and the whole situation became extremely distorted.
And it happens, I was banned. But later when he changed, he unbanned us, I feel he could have allowed that ban to continue, because they need change in regards to political setup of this country. If the former administration or the banned politicians have been conniving to run the economy of this country, then they should be allowed, they should remain banned until the new setup took over the federal government. Then we'll be able to see the difference between the ban and unban.
But most people said the unbanning made sense, and that anyway the government had to do it.
Today it will be the voting day also.
You couldn't ban, you couldn't ban. I mean, you could make a law and ban and so forth artificially. It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So that nobody should have been banned at all. And when they were being released, belatedly it seems, they should, over and over have said, but nobody should have been banned. The good ones will surface and let them help. Or to say, no, you are not very good yesterday, it could be very good today and tomorrow. So the ban was wrong, and I was very pleased. When they were unbanned, I was very pleased indeed that Babangida did that. Whether prodded or didn't prod him, I do not know, but doing it was great.